The Flash star Ezra Miller says sorry. So there you go. Problem solved. Time to move on. Nothing to see here, except for the Flash movie come next summer. Okay, so here we are at Variety. The Flash star Ezra Miller seeking treatment for complex mental health issues. Exclusive. So he sent this to them directly. So let's see. Here he says, having recently gone through a time of intense crisis, I now understand that I am suffering complex mental issues and have begun ongoing treatment, Miller said. I want to apologize to everyone that I have alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in my life. Well, so, does this mean that Warner Brothers went with option number one? Because just recently, apparently we're looking at 3 options of what to do about Ezra. So the first one, which this sounds like it might be that one, is that he would apologize. He would actually go on an apology tour and talk about mental health and all that stuff. And, say, I'm sorry, I my bad behavior, and I apologize for that, and I'm trying to get better and treat my mental problems. And, that's pretty much what he says here. So, they, them, say, yeah. So, anyway, that would make it a good case that that's what they're looking at. Well, there's a problem. I don't see anything they do here. Review that he was charged with burglary, and the police investigated an incident involving several bottles of alcohol being taken to the residence while the homeowners were not present. The actor made headlines in 2020 after a recording surfaced in which they appear to be choking a woman. Well, do we know? Outside of a bar in Iceland. No charges were filed. The actor has been arrested twice in Hawaii this year, once for disorderly conduct and harassment in the Hawaii incidents. Miller pled no contest to a single count of misdemeanor disorderly conduct and paid a $500 fine and $30. Probably should have been. In court costs, the harassment charge was dismissed. Yeah, he threw a chair and hit a lady in the head. Yeah. And he walks. So anyway, the series of candles can be snowballing effect. Not only from Miller, Warner Brothers, Fantastic Beasts, blah, 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 The Flash, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck. Yeah, it's all great and stuff. What about the other news just recently about this woman who was living with him with her kids, who apparently has disappeared? Now, I'm just reading this. Has she been found and everything's okay? Then, all right. And if there was just a whole lot of smoke about the other disturbing stories about him, and if there was no fire, then I can understand them going this route. But you got to clear that up. Could it be that the 3 options they had are in the order of options they're going? So number 1, they'll try this one. So he's apologizing and everything. Okay, get ready for the Flash next summer, guys. But then things get pretty bad. Yeah. And he's not doing well with the treatment or what have you. So they go with option number 2, keep him in the background. Whatever promo they do, if any, beyond trailers and whatnot, would just be the other actors, and that's it. He wouldn't do any press for the Flash. But the stories keep getting worse, and so finally, the 3rd option, they just scrap it. Unless they were also seeking a 4th option and reshooting it with another actor. But man, oh man, that's a lot of work. So since they're going with this one, now I'm wondering if perhaps they're not really reshooting. I mean, they're reshooting stuff, but I think they're reshooting stuff with Ben Affleck and that sort of thing. But not to replace Ezra in the film. Perhaps, like someone suggested, they do replace him, but it's like a post-credit scene or something. His face starts to blur and change, and he's like, he does a Doctor Who scene, he looks in the mirror like, what? because of all the time warp shenanigans and everything. And then there you go. You got a new actor for the next Flash or Justice League or whatever. And yeah, maybe. But I'm not. Now I'm leaning towards they're not going to reach it because I mean it's just so expensive. That would be the only thing, and it's a big one to not do that. But then that leaves them with having to scrap it entirely, provided any more of these disturbing stories turn out to be absolutely true, and then that's it. It's taken out of your hands. So, yeah. I don't know. So they appear to be going with option number 1, which I didn't think they would do. I thought option number 2 was the most likely, barring any other nasty scandals blowing up. So hopefully this disappearing woman has been found, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully that turned out all right. And he apologizes for his behavior and does his tour. However, there's still the lingering problems here. I mean, Johnny Depp, anyone? I mean, but he has privileges, doesn't he? Yeah, Ezra has privileges, even though I don't really believe him on this. A lot of reasons not. But I can understand he sure played the game, didn't he? So, I mean, them played the game, of course. Yeah. And manipulated and apparently looks like abused people, confused by that sort of thing. But nevertheless, that's all. Boy, maybe that's all smoke and no fire. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. So anyway, yeah, it looks like they're going with option number 1. So, which could pan out, provided there's really nothing else to this. Just another, drunken, drugged up idiot acting out. Cleans himself up, and that's that. But I really don't see a Robert Downey Jr. happening here. But anyway, there we go. That's what's been decided. They're still giving this guy a shot. So many other people. Oh no, you don't get a chance. Well, I guess Amber got one for a little while. But then what if all the truth comes out like it did for her on him, Yeah. Well, there we are. They're keeping Ezra.